so pathetic that I'm rolling around on the floor laughing at one big gag. And every now and then they pull another rabbit out of the bag of sad diversions. The useless, tedious excursions roll into unrealistic, crypto-fascistic comedy doctrine. Kick the ballistics again and again and again. Just say when you had enough, sad enough, I'm mad enough to do something civil and kind. Now's the time, a change of state of mind.
Hey, this is your old buddy Big K. I'm back with you again, and today I'm going to talk to you about something that is very near and dear to me, because my first time out on an adjuster meeting years ago, I just assumed that adjuster was going to buy the roof. Had damage, why wouldn't he buy it? Well, the adjuster was a little bit smarter than your old buddy Big K, and the first thing he did was look around the roof, didn't get down and inspect any damage. And he says, "Damn boy, have you been to a Hague class?" Because back then the big name was Hague Engineering. They're still a fairly big name, even though Hague Engineering has gone back on what they originally said, and now their view on hail damage is a little different. But at the time I hadn't been to a Hague class yet. So I would just say no. And the adjuster would say, "Well, no wonder. Well, there ain't no hail here. This isn't hail." And that's all he would say to me, and I would fold. And I folded a whole whopping 5 times. My first 5 adjuster meetings I lost because I believed the adjuster was smarter than me. That was wrong. The adjuster's not smarter than me. 9 times out of 10 he's not going to be smarter than you. All he has is the check that you want. And if you want that check, the only thing standing between you and that check is a little bit of education. He's not going to just hand that check over. That's not what adjusters do. They're there to mitigate the damage or minimize the damage to the insurance company. Well, I know they can say, "Hey, we're fair about it." But do you really think that's how it is? Anyway, that's adjusters in a nutshell. When you're an adjuster, you go to training, you learn a whole lot about policy, but you learn nothing about hail damage, nothing about wind damage, nothing about tornadoes. Now, I come from a strong roofing background, but that doesn't mean you have to come from a strong roofing or siding background. All you have to do is educate yourself on materials. How many times have you heard an adjuster say, "Oh, well, I believe it's blistering"? You know how many times I've seen guys fold on blistering? And this might shock you, but I'm going to give you the ins and outs on blistering. I don't have time to go through every aspect of this. Blistering happens when a shingle is made on an asphalt mat, not a fiberglass mat. The asphalt mat heats up and pushes up through the top of the shingle, and that is what causes blistering. 80% of the shingles nowadays are built on a fiberglass mat. Do you think that's all blistering? I don't think so. I've had the luck to go to school with Owens Corning, GAF, CertainTeed, and all of them have the same view on it. Now, this is the manufacturers of the shingles. Do you think they're wrong? Or do you think the adjuster's wrong? I'm going to say the adjuster. That's just one key. But listen, sometimes you got to go a little Perry Mason. So it helps to know the products that are involved with a roof. You should know a little bit about shingles. If you're up on a commercial roof, you should know about EPDM rubber, TPO, torch down, which is rubberoid, mop down modified roofs. Educate yourself. That way, when you go there, you know more than the adjuster. Hey, guess what? When I used to work in Ohio, and I had Ohio plates on my vehicle working in Ohio, I would pull up in front of a house, and I would get there early and I would wait for my adjuster. And the reason I would get there early and wait for him is I would wait to see where his license plate was from. And when he would pull up with an Arkansas license plate or a Texas license plate or anything like that, right there I started loading bullets in my gun. That old boy ain't from around here, and I am. See, sometimes you have to use what's in your favor. And I'd get up on the roof and we'd start looking at damage, and if he said anything derogatory about the damage, like it was minimal or it wasn't affecting the life of the shingle or anything like that, the first thing I would shoot at him is, wow, I can tell you're not from around here. You should have been here when the storm hit. Man, that hail was like that. Did I have to be there to see the hail? No. But I can guarantee you he was not there to see the hail. Otherwise he wouldn't be driving around with them Arkansas plates now, would he? Educate yourself. I can't say it enough. Educate yourself on the very materials that you sell. I had a guy come in and talk to me yesterday about an adjuster meeting, and the adjuster turned him 6 ways from Sunday to the point where he had blown off shingles, and the adjuster was able to tell him that wasn't wind damage? Really? Oh man, that would have been the Royal Rumble for me. By the time I would have got done with that adjuster, he would have been wishing he never seen me before. And he would have been glad to pay the claim. And sometimes, guys, an adjuster is going to test the waters with you. This is like a boxing match. You're going to go out there, you're going to strap on the gloves, touch gloves, come out fighting, and at the end of it, win, lose, or draw, you're going to touch gloves and you're going to go away because you're going to see that adjuster again. Don't make it a life or death situation, because it's not. The situation that it is, however, is a monetary situation. And if you want that paycheck, you're going to have to educate yourself. So my message to you for the tip of the week, are you smarter than an adjuster? I believe you are. Keep educating yourself on how a roof's put together. 90% of the adjusters in the U.S. have never put a roof on. Ever. They don't have to. And neither do you. But you need to know something about them.
I utilize a microphone, and if they try to leave them hanging on the telephone, I'm wasted, so they're waiting for the visitor so they can go to try again. On the next step, on the next one, come on and get some jet, some static, solid state automatic, sporadic and random, cause nobody black.